Okay. Good morning, everyone. So, this week we've been talking about balance, and those of you who have been to the other classes are familiar with it. But um, balance is something we talk about in terms of keeping our life balanced, keeping our bodies balanced, our mind, living in harmony. And you need balance for that. The heart chakra, there are 7 chakras from the base of the spine. Well, there are actually over 100, but the major ones. And the middle of the 7 is the heart. And of course, that's like the pivot, the balancing center. And it has 2 triangles, the symbol upside down. So it's like a 6-pointed star. And those 2 triangles represent female energy and male energy. And in yoga, we also believe that we all have both male and female energy. And you can characterize it by the sun as the male energy that is illumination, it's knowledge. And the female side is the moon side, and that is the flow, like the tides, the flow of life. It is harmony, but the two cannot exist without each other. They must be inextricably linked. And but we usually, and probably most of us are stronger in one than the other. And what we want to try and do is bring the two closer into harmony, into balance. So in our physical structure, the right side is the sun side, left is the moon side. And that's the left is also the primordial side, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. And the left is about consciousness, illumination. So with that in mind, and we will be doing poses and flows throughout the class to both ignite the sun side and the moon side. We'll do sun salutations, moon salutations, and we'll do lots of other stuff in between. So first, let's come inside, take a breath. Close your eyes. And think about your inhale. Every time you inhale, you are inhaling new life, fueling all of your vital organs, bringing oxygen through to every cell in the body. And when you exhale, you let go of toxins, both physical and mental. It's the exhale that relaxes the body completely. It triggers that rest and digest mode. So think about the harmony of our breath, the balance. We can't have one without the other. They work together like one. So with every inhale you take, think about that new life. And with every exhale you let go of, every breath, about letting go on the exhale. Return to your natural breath and slowly open your eyes to take in the light. Bring your hands alongside your hips. And we're going to start as usual with a couple of stretches. So walk your right hand away, bend your elbow, lateral stretch to the right with your left arm. Inhale your arms to center. Exhale, other side. Notice your body where there's resistance. Notice the stretch. Allow your shoulder to fall away from your ear. That's why we bend the elbow of the left arm. And then come back to center and bring your arms down by your side. All right. Inhale and exhale, twist to your right, left hand on right knee, right arm for support as you look over your right shoulder. Inhale both arms straight up, and you're going to turn, inhaling, then exhaling all the way around to the other side. Right hand on left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale both arms alongside your ears, turn to center. Inhale, exhale your arms back behind you, interlacing your fingers for Yoga Mudra. Bring your knuckles down to the earth, open up your heart. Little baby back bend. Inhale, and then on an exhale, spring off your knuckles and fold over your legs any amount. Let your hands and your arms lie comfortably on your back, or you can send them up to the sky. Inhale and then exhale, slowly unfold. Okay. Send your legs straight out in front of you and come to Dandasana. All right, let's get our legs a little loosened up. Inhale, gather the sun. Exhale, bring that energy down to your heart. So when you inhale, you bend your knees. When you exhale, you point and straighten. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, feel that sun. Exhale, bring the energy to your heart. All right. Inhale with bent knees. Inhale, exhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs, reach for your toes, the outsides of your feet, your ankles, your calves, whichever is most comfortable. We're hinging from our hips, not from our belly, from the hip joint. Those of you with flexible hamstrings might wish to straighten your legs, or not, or maybe a little. Yeah, it's early in class, so we don't want to push. Yeah. Look forward. Bring your arms alongside your ears and unhinge. Bring your arms down by your side. Okay. And we're going to come on to our hands and knees. So remember, in your table, your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips, your arms are rotated so that the crease of your elbow is reaching for your index finger. And let's start with cats and dogs. So on an inhale, you're going to curl your spine to the mat like a cup of coffee. Exhale, arch it to the sky. Inhale to your dog. Feel the change in the shape that your spine takes. Exhale to your cat. Just think about this work, the elasticity of your spine as you shift your shape back into your dog spine. And continue now at your own pace. But notice the stretch where you're stretching. Notice where the vertebrae come together. See your skeleton, imagine it. Next time you're in your cat spine, you're going to pause and send your hips to your heels for a child's pose. Leave your arms lengthened overhead on the mat. You're going to look between your hands, come on to your right fingertips, send your left arm, thread it underneath your right, look under your right arm. Maybe you can bring your shoulder down to the mat, and to do that, you might have to lift your hip a little bit. Unthread your left arm, bring it back, parallel with your right. And then we'll do that on the other side. So you're going to thread your right arm underneath your left, reach your right fingers away so that you stretch your elbow, your shoulder. And if you want to bring it down to the mat, a little bit closer to the mat for a deeper stretch, you can lift your hips a little bit. Release your right arm and bring it back so both arms are parallel. You're going to lift your hips and bring them forward, sending your heart between your arms. Try to get your wrists under your shoulders. And once you do that with your wrists under your shoulders, you may wish to press into the tops of your feet and lift your knees away from the mat, allowing your heart to continue to come through your arms. This is upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Bring your knees to the mat, your hips to your heels. Inhale, come forward again, bringing your heart between your arms. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Get your alignment, your chest is coming toward your thighs. So you're a V shape. This is an upside down V shape, or like a check mark.
And so in order to achieve that, you need a lot of straight lines. You need to get your heels moving towards the mat. You're pushing the mat energetically away from you with your hands. And your chest is coming towards your thighs. Now begin to walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of your legs. So the closer you get your heel to the mat, the more you will open up the back of your leg. You can pump them a little too, if you wish, your heel. And then come back to your dog. Come forward to plank. Bring your left knee to the mat underneath your left hip. Swivel your right foot, fan open to the right. Send your right arm alongside your right ear. Your toes go one way, your fingers the other, for a full side body stretch. When we were seated, we only stretched half. Here's a chance to do the whole side body. And now fan back open, meaning send your fingers back up to the sky. You can stay right here, or you can send your shoulder, it should be there anyway, but tends to move when we do, your shoulder over your wrist for balance, and then lift your right leg, any amount. If you wish, you can bend your knee, take your foot, and open up. Wow, it's the first time I've been able to do that in a while. Okay, whoops, and release it. And bring it down, okay. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Come to plank, sliding your shoulders over your wrists. Right knee under right hip, swivel your left foot, fan open to the left. Stretch your arm alongside your ear, send your toes in the opposite direction to stretch your left side body. Send your fingers back up to the sky, send your shoulder over your wrist and lift your left leg. Bend your knee, take your foot, open up your heart. Release it. Come back onto your hands and knees. Just going to do one more thing with our wrists working here. Send your right leg back behind you. You're going to lift it up hip high. Send your right arm left arm alongside your left ear. Opposite arm from leg. This pose is sometimes called the bird dog, but I don't like that name. All right, and it's a balancing pose. Bend your right knee, send your right foot over to the left, reach for your foot with your left arm, bring your knee back to point down, look forward, lift your right knee. Release. Send your left leg back behind you. Lift it hip high. And make sure that your hips are not like this, that they're square with the mat. Right arm alongside right ear. Bend your left knee. Send your foot over to the right. So with your right hand, you can take your left foot and then bring your knee back to point down to the mat and look forward.
Release it. Bring your knee back down. Slide your hands to your knees and come to stand on your knees. Shake out your wrists. Bring the backs of your hands together. Send your hands toward your nose, your fingers up to the sky, palms, back of hands, fingers down, and continue to give your wrists a little bit of a reversal from the way we've been bending them. And then release your arms, all right? Okay, so bring both your arms up overhead. Index finger is pointed. Inhale, exhale, curve to the right, like a crescent moon. Inhale to center, exhale, crescent moon to the left. Inhale to center. Release your arms, send them back behind you, Yoga Mudra. Knuckles reaching for the mat. You want to try and make sure you keep your pelvis over your knees as you send your knuckles down towards the mat and open up your heart. Ustrasana, the camel pose. Yeah. Some of you who know this pose may wish to turn under your toes. Release your arms. All right, bring your right arm up. Send it back behind you. Take your heel. Send your left arm up to the sky for half. Release. Right arm goes up, left arm goes up, left arm reaches for left heel. Ustrasana, the camel. Now bring your right hand down so that both your fingertips, perhaps, or your whole foot, or your whole hand can be on your foot. Whoa. I'm letting go. That's it for me today. Okay. And come to a neutral spine. All right, with a deep back bend like that, what we want to do is a counter pose. So bring your hands to the mat just for a moment. And maybe you'll wag your tail a little, just a little from side to side. And then come to a little bit of a cat spine. And then come back onto your knees. Okay. Send your right foot out in front of you. Bring the heels of your hands to your back waist. Inhale, exhale, slide forward. Bring your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale, fold and straighten your leg, bow over your right leg. Any amount. Inhale, fold your knee, bring your arms overhead, slide forward. Exhale, fold over your leg, straighten it. Inhale, come forward with the bent knee, arms overhead, slide forward. Bring your arms back down by your side, bring your knee back where it was. All right, let's do the other side. Walk your foot away. So when I tell you to walk your foot away, that's the farther away you walk your foot, the greater you will stretch your quadricep muscles, your front thigh muscles. So it's up to you how far you want to go. So bring your heels of your hands to your back waist. Inhale and exhale, slide forward. Feel that stretch. Come back up. Arms alongside your ears. Inhale, exhale, slide forward. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Inhale, exhale, straighten your legs, fold. Inhale, bring your arms up, slide forward. Exhale, bring your arms down, straighten your leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bring your arms up. Oops, I didn't listen to myself. Bring your arms back down and bring your knee back down. All right, good. So excuse me for a second, I keep moving the clock and the sun chases it. Okay. All right. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders. Bring your right arm down, fingers pointing to the mat, and stretch over to the right with your left arm, and feel now from your knee to your fingertips the stretch. Both arms up overhead and other side. Bring both arms up to center, bring your hands down to your side. So we are going to make our way up to stand. Okay. So every time we did back bend, we opened up our heart, and that is our center of balance, right? So to help us further our balance, we're also going to do a sun salutation and a moon salutation, and then combine the two and put them together, right? Okay, so we start with mountain. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall by your side. Just stand and breathe for a moment. Just feel. Stand and feel. Feel the majesty of this mountain pose. Inhale, gather, sun. Bring it down to your heart. Inhale, gather solar energy. Bring it down to your heart. Inhale, send your arms in a V shape. Step your feet a little bit wider apart, just a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Remember that back bend. Not quite so deep, but this back bend is to celebrate the full moon. Feel the curve of the moon in the curve of your spine, in the curve of your whole body, as if you were resting against the full moon, more illumination. Bring your hands together and bring that lunar energy down to your heart. Okay. Now for our sun salutation. Okay. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, come halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, send your right leg back, your left leg back, plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Melt back down, turn under your toes, come through plank or bent knees, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here.
Step your right foot forward. Place your left foot flat on the mat, square off your hips. Send your arms streaming alongside your hips and bring warrior one up from the earth. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior, come halfway. Inhale, exhale, perhaps you'll send the crown of your head towards the mat for a devotional warrior. Press your feet into the mat, let your knuckles lead you back up for warrior one. Release your arms, bring your arms up overhead. Bring your hands down to your mat. Send your right leg back to meet your left, downward facing dog. Step your right leg forward, 1, 2, 3, as many steps as you need. Step your left leg forward, Uttanasana, fold over. Fly out and up, and bring more of that sun down to your heart. Okay. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Left leg goes back, right leg goes back. Plank pose. So instead of knees, chest, chin, if you prefer, you would do knees, forearms, belly, chest, and chin. Slide your hands to your breast, baby cobra. You're lifting just your head and your shoulders, no hands. Melt back down, turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Step your left leg forward. Place your right foot flat on the mat for warrior one legs. While you're down here, and you should always do this when you're put into this pose, check that your legs are in their own lane. Arms stream alongside your hips. Bring warrior one up from the earth. Send your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, Yoga Mudra. Feel that brave heart, that warrior's heart. Inhale, exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, devotional warrior. Press your feet into the mat, come back up. Release your arms, send them over your head, swing them down to the mat. Step your back foot forward, hang over. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. All right, so that's our sun. Now we got to get connected to the moon. Take a break. So the sun gives us energy. It is energy, right? So we want to cool down now
in our moon salutation. Step your feet apart. Your arms in a V shape. 5 pointed star. Let your fingers reach. Let the crown of your head reach. Feel your feet glowing in the dark. 5 pointed star. Inhale, exhale. Press your spine against the full moon. Feel the curve in your spine. Feel the moon filling it up. Inhale, your hands overhead. You can walk or jump your feet together. Inhale, exhale, waning crescent. Inhale, center. Exhale, waxing crescent. Inhale to center. Step your feet apart. Just a little bit. Interlace your fingers. Index fingers pointing up. Look up at your fingers. Inhale, exhale, draw the half moon. Inhale, back up to retrace the full moon. Step your feet wide apart. Bring your arms into a cactus shape. Bend your knees for the goddess. So your knees can be bent any amount. You can bend them a little itty bit, or you can bring your hips all the way down to your knees, whatever works for you. All right. And your elbows should be the height of your shoulders. Now, the goddess will dance. Bring your right hand to your belly, left arm frames your head. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale to center. You can bounce a little bit here. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your arms up overhead. Point your fingers forward. Step your right foot forward, your left foot back. In Warrior One, legs, but you're not going to be doing Warrior One. You're going to swing your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers. Stargazer, look up. That's why we did all those back bends earlier, so your back would be nice and supple. Stargazer. Look around, because there are stars to your right and left as well. It opens up your neck. That's why we do that. Okay. All right. Straighten that leg. Ooh, I meant to say that. That's Stargazer. Right. Bend your knee. Bring your arms overhead. Bring your fingers down to the mat. You're going to bring your weight over your right leg, your front leg, and you're going to lift your left leg, your back leg, any amount for a shooting star. Place that left foot back down on the mat where it started. Bring your arms, stream them alongside your hips, then interlace your fingers. Come halfway down to a flat back for a quarter moon. Release your hands.
Step your right, heel toe your right foot over to the right and step your left foot opposite your right, fold over to expose the new moon. Fly out and up and bring that lunar energy down to your heart. Step your feet together. All right, we have to do that once more on the other side. All right. Wide legs. Take a breath. Victory arms. 5-pointed star. Full moon. This time, bring your hands together, bend your knees slightly. Let's draw that half moon from here. And then redraw it. Turn your feet to 45-degree angle. Goddess. Right. So this goddess now, the goddess of our, on our left side, is going to do something a little different. You're going to circle your hips. So it's a different dance. Yeah. And go both ways. And then bring your arms over, your hands overhead, fingers pointing up. Turn your toes to face the same direction as your nose. Bend your knees, walk or jump your feet to center. Inhale, exhale, waxing moon to the left. Inhale, exhale, waning moon. Inhale. Release your arms, interlace your fingers, step your your right leg back. Yeah. Inhale, exhale, quarter moon. Come back up. Lengthen your left leg. Stargazer. Bend your left knee, release your arms, bring them down to the mat. Push off your right leg, let your weight come over your left leg, and you're going to lift your back leg any amount to create a shooting star. Bring your right foot down next to your left. Heel toe your feet away from each other. Wide-legged forward fold to expose the new moon. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer, fly out and up, bringing that lunar energy to your heart. Step your feet together. And pause. Release your arms. All right, so we have one final flow, which is a combination of, let's see if I can remember this properly, of the sun and the moon coming together, right? Okay.
Fly your arms out and up. Bring that sun's energy to your heart. Fly your arms out and up halfway. Full moon. Bring your hands together. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Step your right leg back for warrior one, saying a prayer. Look up at your prayer. Bring that prayer down to your heart. Open your arms straight out from your shoulders. Bend your elbows. Goddess warrior. Inhale, exhale, twist toward your bent knee to the left. Inhale, through center, exhale to the other side. And when you get there, step your back foot into warrior two, feet. Extend your arms, warrior two. Face your palms away from you. Bring your right hand, your right arm, swing it forward so that your right palm is over your left palm. Now we're holding a bow in our hands, but this is, let's call it Cupid's bow. So you're going to pull on the bowstring, pull it back, and then let that arrow go, spreading love. Bring your right hand down to your right leg. Left arm for peaceful warrior, the influence of the goddess. Straighten your left leg, bring your right arm back behind you so that the back of your hand is at your back. You're going to bring your left arm down. And maybe you can take hold of your left arm with your right hand. If not, just let it rest on your back. And maybe from here, we can look at some stars. You're going to release your arms. You're going to begin to swivel your shoulders towards the front of the mat. So you'll need to step your back leg, your back foot, so that your toes are pointing straight ahead of you. And you're going to very slowly, you can release your arms, very slowly launch off of your right foot. Spring off your right, that was the word I was looking for, spring off your right foot and cross your left foot. Bring your right hand in front, your left overhead for Nataraja. Nataraja is a king. And lift your leg, so that the queen can join him in the dance. Bring your leg back down, switch your arms, cross your left over your right, lift your right leg. Bring both legs down. Inhale, exhale, fold, bend your knees, Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. So we have another side. Inhale, gather that solar energy, bring it to your heart. Inhale, full moon. Feel the power of the lunar energy. Bring your hands to a prayer. Step your left leg back, warrior one. Look up at your prayer. Bring your prayer to your heart. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders, goddess arms. Twist toward your right leg. Inhale, exhale, twist to the other side. Step in to warrior two. Straighten your arms for warrior two. Palms face out. Left palm over right. Take that bowstring, pull it, and release it, spreading love. Bring your left arm down, your right hand in a position of peace for a peaceful warrior. Bring your right arm down. Send it back behind you. Take hold of your left hand or just let the back of your right hand rest on your back. Straighten your right leg. Gaze at the stars. Release your arms. Begin to turn your shoulders and then step your back foot. You want all 10 toes facing forward so that you can slide. Bring your weight over your right leg. Spring off your left. Cross left over right. Left hand in front, right overhead. King and queen. King and queen. Whoops, other side. Whoops. Let's do that again, because I messed up. Okay, and bring it down. All right. Yeah. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel the harmony of both energies. Release your arms. Bow your head, bend your knees, and then make your way down to the mat. Dandasana, when you get down, legs straight out. And we're going to do Paschimottanasana, the Western stretch, the moon stretch, so that you could see how differently it feels now at the end of class than the beginning of class. If you need to bend your knees, you will. Inhale your arms alongside your ears, bend your knees slightly or not at all. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge from your hip socket to come over your extended legs, any amount. Look up at your feet, bring your arms alongside your ears and hinge back up. And now, we're going to make our way down onto our back for one last pose before Shavasana. When you are on your back, you're going to bring your feet to the mat. If you have something to put under your hips, we're going to do our inversion. You will lift your hips and slide it under when you get there. Remember, it's just below your waist. Then you'll send one leg up to the sky, then the other. Let your arms just lie restfully. If you'd like to have them overhead or straight out, that's your choice. Imagine that your legs are against a wall. Complete relaxation. Going to stay here for a full minute. We've already used up some seconds, but if you can come out of this anytime you wish. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. If you have something under your hips, lift them and slide it out. And then come to Shavasana. Extending one leg, then the other, rotating your arms so that your palms are facing upward. Feel yourself sinking in to Mother Earth while you look up at the sun. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Take a deep breath. Begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you. Big, full body stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Come to center, release your legs and roll over onto whichever side you prefer to come into a fetal position, rebirth. Make your way up to sit. Take your time. Bring your hands to your heart. I wish everyone a day, a week, a month, a year of balance and harmony. If you are staying for meditation, please make yourself comfortable. And when you get to your seat, close your eyes and follow your breath. Just continue to follow your breath for a while, feeling the cadence, the rhythm of your breathing body. Harmony. And bring your awareness to your heart center. Notice your heartbeat. And from that pulsating center, allow your awareness to move out of your body, out of your house, into a perfect day, bringing you into a day with the perfect temperature, perfect sun, sky. Your perfect day. You're in a meadow. You see all the beauty that's around you. You notice the texture of the grass beneath your feet, the fragrances that may be around, the color of the sky. And feel the warmth of the sun on your face. And find yourself noticing everything that's around you. If there are multicolored flowers growing in this meadow, tall grasses, whatever your perfect day in this meadow looks like. And as you walk down a path along this meadow, you notice a bright yellow flower. A perfect little yellow flower drinking up the sun. And you notice that sometimes a cloud will come by and hover, it seems, over that flower and sprinkle it. And it bathes in the gentle raindrops. And when a breeze floats by, it shakes off the droplets. You notice how its sunlit colors attract bees and ladybugs, unlikely bedfellows. It's as if the flower was throbbing with life. And this place where you are is timeless. There's no sense of time as we know it. But there are sunrises and sunsets. And when the sun rises, that's when this yellow flower just reaches up and soaks in that sun. And when the sun sets, it enjoys the beauty of the starlit sky. It knows no time. And after many more sunrises and sunsets, the flower withers its golden petals and wraps them in a leafy armor. It's like a cocoon, a living heartbeat. And again, the sun shines on this little cocoon. And then the nighttime cools it. And over more sunsets and sunrises, it opens slowly to reveal its lion's head. And you notice a little girl in a bright yellow dress coming towards this flower, this dandelion, and she picks it up. And she blows on it, makes a wish, and sends the seedlings far and wide to bring yet another cycle of life into being as her wish gets told through every sunrise and sunset as it floats in the air. And seeing this, you think of the majesty of nature. of the ongoing balance and energy, the giving and the taking, the holding and the letting go. The sun rises and the moon rises. The soft breezes, the fragrances. And you realize that you share all of this beauty, all of this nature with everyone in the world, connecting us all together in perfect harmony. Bring your hands to your heart. Press your thumbs. Feel your heartbeat. And feel the harmony inside of you. As you lift your head, open your eyes slowly. Thank you all so much for being with me today.